All right, our final Outstanding Young Alumni Award recipient of the evening is Justin Fenner. Justin graduated in 2010 with a degree in journalism, and he is a senior associate editor for Gear Patrol, an award-winning print and digital publication, store, and content studio based in New York City. He's also been a writer and editor at other leading magazines, including Men's Journal, Pop Sugar, and GQ Magazine, just to name a few. So I kind of see a pattern forming here with our recipients when it comes to participating in USC student media. Justin is also a former editor-in-chief for Garnet and Black magazine. And I do have to share that Justin has been under major deadline pressure for his magazine over the past few weeks and completely focused on his work. It's taken all of our collective investigative reporting skills in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications to track him down, connect with him, and to get the pictures that you see here for this awards presentation tonight. Justin, we are so glad that you are back at the University of South Carolina and with us tonight. So please come forward.
Thank you all so much. I have a list of people who I'd like to thank for really setting the stage for everything that I've been able to do while I was at the university and since I've left. And the first person is the man who I'm sitting next to at dinner, Mr. Doug Fisher. He is an esteemed professor and instructor and educator and in the art of journalism, but also in life. The joke that I like to make is that my dad taught me everything I know, Doug taught me everything else. I don't know if this is accurate, but I heard a rumor while I was here at the university that the #1 most failed class was self-paced astronomy, because people would wait until the last 2 weeks of the semester and realize that they had to do actual physics. And #2 was Doug's copy editing class. Here's what I'll say. I did not fail Doug's copy editing class, but I had a 4.0 when I met him, and afterward I did not. I want to thank Dr. Eric Collins for teaching me about the First Amendment. I want to thank Cecile Holmes for teaching me to bring artistry to my writing. Mr. Ernest Wiggins for teaching me to recognize a good quote and a bad quote, and when to use a good quote and when to use a bad quote. And of course, Mr. Scott Farron for teaching me how to make a page look as amazing as the words on it. You have everything to do with my sense of taste and style, and I really, really appreciate that. So thank you very much. I want to thank my boyfriend Brian, who's here with me this evening. Everyone who is in any way a partner to an artist, a writer, a journalist, an editor, knows that, well, they're the gardener and we're the rose, so thank you for your gardening. I appreciate it. I want to thank my little sister. The great joke about my career is that I basically write about shoes for a living. And, you know, bags and coats and jackets and fashion designers. I hope that I bring the rigor to it that I learned here. But it's just close. I want to thank my little sister for reminding me that I could have it worse. She works with underprivileged youth in some pretty scary settings, much scarier than New York Fashion Week. So thank you for reminding me every day that I am in a very privileged position and that I get to have a lot of fun at work. I want to thank the entire University of South Carolina community. I had the best time of my life here and learned a lot. But I really learned the 2 big lessons of journalism from my father, who's also here this evening. And he was not a journalist. He was a North Carolina highway patrolman. He served our country in the Air Force. And for 30 years, he also worked for an organization called NCIS, which is a real place that you can work and not just a show that comes on in CBS. He taught me 2 very important lessons that I think all journalists hold dear. If anything is worth doing, it's worth doing right the first time, so you don't have to print a correction or apologize. And to always, 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 always tell the truth. And so I'm so thankful to you for both of those lessons and for teaching them to me early. And I'm very appreciative for this recognition. It's truly an honor, so thank you.